What's up, Patriots Nation? It is Mike Dussault, Paul Perillo from Patriots.com. We're here. Training camp is about to open, and Paul and I, we're going to break it down for you guys. Top 5 kind of training camp battles that we're going to be watching. Paul, I want to start it right at the top with maybe the biggest one, kicker. Nick Folk, undrafted, Quinn NORDIN. We got a mano-a-mano battle there at kicker. I know you love that in training camp.
Oh, God.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's the one everyone's clamoring for, Mike. You and Eric Scalavino, and that's about it. Mac Jones, Cam Newton, Quinn NORDIN, Nick Folk. I have a hard time really deciding which one of those battles I'm more interested in watching.
Well, let's move on to a little bit bigger name, of course. I mean, it should be interesting, though, end of practice. We're going to see some kicks back and forth. Quinn NORDIN's a powerful leg, Nick Folk, consistency. But the name on everybody's mind right now, of course, STEPHON Gilmore. Something could happen any day. He's wasn't here during mini camp. Kind of some question if the team's going to be able to work it out with him. What's kind of your expectation for how things are going to unfold here in the next week or so?
Yeah, I do think that's on the top of a lot of people's mind, and certainly mine as well. I think he will report. I think he will come in and get checked out medically. I'm a little concerned about some of his comments that have been made public over the last couple of weeks about whether or not he'd be ready for the start of camp, and saying he'll be ready, quote, if he needs to be. So that to me sort of indicates that if he doesn't get what he's looking for financially, I think he'll be here. He won't hold out per se, but I'm not sure we'll see him on the practice field. So I think the number one thing for the Patriots and for Gilmore, Mike, is to get him here in Foxborough, checked out medically, so the Patriots have an idea of where he stands physically. That's a pretty serious injury for a 30, soon to be 31-year-old cornerback. So I think the Patriots need to find out where he is from a health standpoint, and then they can go forward and hopefully get this resolved sooner rather than later.
Let's flip it over to the other side of the ball with the wide receivers. They brought in Kendrick Bourne, Nelson AGHOLOR, gave those guys a bunch of money. JAKOBI MEYERS coming off a great kind of breakout season, showed a lot of consistency. N'Keal Harry, not quite sure what to expect. Agent requesting a trade. We're thinking he's going to be there, but a lot of questions to this position group. Isaiah Zuber, Gunnar Olszewski, some names down on the depth chart, but of all the position battles, this one seems like kind of some uncertainty around there, especially at the top.
There's a lot of opportunity, I think, for guys. And JAKOBI MEYERS looked like a guy to me during the spring that was willing to accept that challenge and sort of step forward and say, hey, I want to be considered the top receiver. And it'll be interesting to see where AGHOLOR and Bourne can sort of filter in. I thought they had up and down springs. I thought they showed some signs of picking up the system and being productive and being involved. Also some inconsistency with both of those guys have sort of been known for in their NFL career. So I think that those three guys, I think we have an idea, Mike, that they'll be in the rotation. The other spots, I think, are real question marks. You talked about Harry. It doesn't look like he's going to be part of it, but I would expect to see him here next week. It's going to be an interesting depth chart to sort of follow as the summer unfolds.
Let's flip it over back to the defense, though. I mean, front seven, we're talking about multiple positions, linebackers, defensive tackles, edge players, but brought a bunch of guys in, Devon Godchaux, Henry Anderson, Lawrence Guy comes back, Dietrich Wise comes back. You draft Christian Barmore. The second level, you bring back Kyle Van Noy, you bring in Matt Judon. There's just so many new guys. There's a lot of young guys, too. Josh Uche, Chase Winovich, Anthony Jennings, rookie Ronnie Perkins. It just seems like they have so many guys. It's not so much a traditional positional battle, but how's it all going to come together?
Yeah, I think this is one I'm going to turn to you, because I know you get really excited about front seven talk, but I actually share your enthusiasm with this particular one because of what you just said, Mike. You rattled off all the names. How exactly is Bill Belichick and the rest of that defensive coaching staff going to employ everybody? Is it going to be, a lot of mixing and matching with, down and distance kind of work? I think you have, first and foremost, I think you have the potential to be much better against the run. With Guy, Godchaux, Anderson, Montravius Adams could factor into that as well. I think they should be much better against the run. And as long as that's the case, Mike, now you can start to get creative with how you rush the passer. And I think you're right. It's going to be really interesting to watch to see, where does Perkins go? Where does Barmore fit in? Where does Uche go? Is there a spot for Winovich? How all of these guys are going to factor in, and who ends up being a 3-down player. Maybe not as many of those guys will be 3-down players anymore. I think Matt Judon probably will be one, but I'm really interested to see how Bill, sort of fits it all together.
All right, we saved the big one for last. Quarterback, most important position in the game. We all know, what happened last year with Cam Newton. He is back. Brian Hoyer's back. Jarrett Stidham entering year 3. And of course, rookie Mac Jones. I mean, I think all those guys had some ups and downs in mini camp, but there's no question, right from the get-go, all eyes are going to be on the quarterback position and this competition.
Yeah, we'll be with everybody else, and we'll be trying to figure out, oh, you know, did he have a good day today? Did he have a bad day today? It's a little hard to evaluate beyond the physical. Like, you can see a guy throw the ball and say, oh, well, that was an accurate pass, but you don't know exactly what's supposed to happen on every play, or, you know, what the coaches are expecting, or what reads the coaches want to see happening. But I was encouraged with my first impressions of Mac Jones during the spring. I'm hoping to see a continuation of that. And we'll see if Cam Newton can sort of build off of how he ended minicamp, because I thought his best day was the last day. Jarrett Stidham continues to show flashes of being, you know, able to throw the ball at the NFL level. We haven't seen the consistency with him either. I think that'll be, obviously, this is going to be one of the rare in the NFL this year, right here in Foxborough, one of the rare true quarterback battles. Who's going to win the starting job, you know, coming out of the gates in training camp? And we're going to be doing it every single day. You know, we'll have odds every day. We'll switch our opinions. You won't, because you'll just stick with Mac Jones from the start. But the rest of us will evaluate every day.
Well, Paul, so much to watch. I mean, we're excited. I'm sure you guys are excited. July 28th, camp opens here at Gillette Stadium. You know, fans are allowed to be in attendance. Stay tuned for more, you know, details of when you can get in here. Of course, we'll be all over the place with Patriots Unfiltered. We'll be broadcasting live through those first 4 practices. We'll have some video. So if you're not able to make it down here to Gillette Stadium, you can check it out online. We'll be wrapping up all the practices as well with more YouTube hits, audio. We do it all, Paul. I mean, we got everything. Whatever Patriots fans need, we're going to cover them, right?
I'm a 5-tool player. I have all the skills.
We'll catch you guys next time. It's going to be an exciting camp.